And let me introduce the riders, because they're all pretty famous before we start. So the first one that came in, the guy with the huge smile on his face, is Eric Dirks. And Eric's has ridden around Rolex himself, but he also won the trainer challenge that we did a couple years ago and became very popular online. He's very popular all over the place, I think. Last year he rode in this, and the horse that he was riding kept throwing these humongous bucks, and he just kept on smiling. So they put him on the hot little mare this time. And then we've got Daniel Classing, who's riding tomorrow, and I couldn't believe he was willing to do this. We hope he does not fall off and get hurt tonight, because that would really suck. But he's riding tomorrow on a horse named Houston, and the only reason he didn't get one of those little beer mug things was that his thoroughbred is actually more thoroughbred than all the others. He's 1/4 Arabian, and since that's the original thoroughbred, he's really thoroughbred. So he's running around Rolex for his first time tomorrow. And then we have Tracy Bieneman over here, who is another young, ambitious event rider who needs thoroughbreds off the track to be able to prove herself, get herself into the game. She's got a horse that's already going advanced. So she's agreed to hop on because she can ride anything. So we're going to let Philip talk a little and tell these guys what to do if they were coming to your farm and evaluating these horses.
Okay, so we'll stick on the theme that we're trying these horses, evaluating them to see if we want to, take them on and re-educate them and take a new career. So why don't you guys just give them a trot around and we can look at the way they move. Let's not worry about trying to put them on the bit, just let them go how they naturally want to go. This is the one that was in, Daniel's on the one that was been in with Chris, the jockeys thing, right. So, it's got a nice trot. I mean, I still stick to what I saw on the flat. I don't see that there's going to be much potential there, just the way he's conformed there from the saddle on backwards. Eric's one's got a nice rhythm to its trot, and it's not a huge scopy or a big rangy horse. It's a little bit of a tighter put together horse, but still I think there's some potential there in the way that it trots. And probably the pick of the litter is the chestnut one. He's sort of already got a nice soft way about it, the way he goes, without sitting on him. Tracy, has he got a nice mouth? He sounds, yeah. So he seems he's got nice even contact. He's obviously stepping a bit high behind, but hopefully as he's got away from his dressage muscling, got away from his racing, that would improve a little bit. And, it looks to have sort of potential to build that trot up and to improve it. So let's, Tracy, let's turn down the center line here and we'll go the other direction. It's important to sort of do whatever you do on one way, try to do it the other way, just to get a feel for the horse. A lot of horses are one-sided, so in your trial, you're sort of trying to get a feel for that. You also sort of I try to see what their natural instinct is, if when you change direction or wherever you go, how forward thinking they are. And all three of these are they're nice forward thinking horses. Good. And let's go for a bit bigger trot now, Tracy. So without lighting them up too much, just see if we can trot them out a bit bigger. So, as far as attitudes go, very impressed with Eric's horse here. He sort of is prepared to sort of go along with whatever he wants. Bigger trot. Let his mouth go there. That's it. Good. And this one sort of still has that up. It doesn't have that forward go in its trot. It's sort of just a bit prancy in its trot. The chestnut one is probably a little bit easier on the left side than he is on the right side. He's sort of stiff this way. Do you want to comment on this one, Kevin? Or?
I guess my role is, being a veterinarian is soundness. So, when Daniel first started trotting his horse and, the comment was made about the length of the back by Philip right away, as I'm sure most of you saw, the horse was nearly crouched down behind, walking very gingerly. So is that tension, or is that actually, something associated with the horse's back? This horse is twice as old as many of the other horses here. I think that he was born in '99, so he's about.
Let's go the other way again, Tracy.
So that's something, and then of course this chestnut horse that, there's something when you look at a horse, then you want to try to stay objective while you keep looking at the horse, and obviously, he has this peculiar gait behind. There's two kinds of lamenesses, because vets call everything a lameness. Swinging leg lameness, which means that as the horse protracts the leg and moves it, we call that a lameness, and then horse that have weight bearing, which would be like a foot abscess. The more weight you bear, it hurts more. Obviously, it's got a kind of a peculiar way of going. It's more profound in the right hind. There's many reasons for that. He doesn't have shoes on behind, I don't think. And sometimes even horses with tenderness in their soul and so forth. So it's worthy of merit to try to figure out why he does that. As most of you know, in dressage, symmetry is absolutely imperative. And so he's slightly asymmetric, and so you see he's kind of got that kind of stomping gait with his right hind, if I could use that term. And then the little surprise of the whole thing is Eric's horse has the nicest rhythm and evenness and symmetry about his gaits. So it shows how you need to see more than walking around. Interestingly, most of you know, yearling or sale horses are purchased for great sums of money by only watching them walk.
Okay, so without getting in a race here, let's try a canter. So you can just let them go, and you can go in a 2-point position. So obviously, to me, the canter is the most important gait for me, because that's where you jump from, and probably the hardest one to improve. Usually you can improve the trot, but the canter is the hardest one. If they naturally don't have a good canter, it's going to be a bit of work. And interesting enough, Daniel's horse actually canters quite nicely, but it lacks the trot in the walk. This, the big chestnut one, and just see if you can sort of sit down a little bit, Tracy, and let him come up in front of you a little bit more, because he's a little bit on his forehand. And Eric's little mare, again, she's got a nice regular gait. From my point of view, there doesn't look to be a lot of potential there. That's the only thing for improvement in the future. She'd be more suited to not quite the higher level. That's good. Okay, and then back to trot. And then Tracy, we're going to change direction again. To me, because I try a lot of horses off the track, these would be pretty well adjusted and pretty well educated thoroughbreds. I think you need to be prepared that you wouldn't be able to get that many of them to be able to do this. So all credit to the guys that have been working with them, because this is, wouldn't be easy for a young horse to come in here like this and just canter around. Good. So I'm not as enthralled with the chestnut one now, because he wants to be a bit low in front, doesn't he, with his canter? And to me that would be a little bit harder to come to a jump and see a nice distance on with him down there like that. And, again, out of all of them, Eric's has probably got the best balance, in all three gaits so far.
There's soundness of limb and soundness of wind, and one of the things I was just trying to do is so impressive what these horses and riders are doing here for these, horses that haven't done it. As Philip said, but I always try to stand fairly close to the horse when it canters, and not that they're in a great gallop, but in the sport of eventing, like this course tomorrow is nearly 11.5 minutes. These horses will be in a full open gallop for, that period of time, except, getting a bit compressed in their canter for some of the more technical exercises. But, wind in a horse is quite important. Now, just my hearing is good enough. I didn't hear any significant abnormal respiratory noise on any of the three of them, which I think is very nice. If you can get a horse without a wind problem, it's just it's one thing you can eliminate, and that a horse that's clean-winded, you feel that if they have the other attributes going for them, you can you can't get a horse to the top level if they have compromised wind, I should say.
What we're looking for is their natural instinct. If they hesitate a little bit, I think that's not a bad thing. So, she's such a forward-thinking horse, just marches over it. there's a difference between, sometimes a horse that'll stop on you, I mean, I wouldn't discount it straight away. I'd sort of, that's natural for the horse to be a bit cautious, so we just sort of, you got to work with it, and over time get them trusting it, and then, you can make the decision, whether it's a forward enough thinking horse. But all three of these, obviously, if they haven't done it, they're pretty forward thinking. Okay, let's try it in trot. So he's got a good expression on his face, looking at the pole and not getting too worried about it. That's good. So all three of them so far are, doing it in a very relaxed way. Let's do it once again, Tracy, and then you'll come through the little one with the step there. Generally, I try the horses when jumping out of trot, because most of the thoroughbreds that you're going to see, it's going to be pretty hard to canter to a jump. So, and I think you can evaluate, the horses jump pretty well out of the trot. What potential they're going to have. Good. And then we'll go through this one here. And we can make a cross rail here. Good. And push him on a little bit more next time. Good. Daniel's horse and Tracy's horse looked at the second pole, which I think is not a bad thing to show that they've got some carefulness about them. So we'll just let Daniel go through there one more time. Good. And leave the reins soft, just see what the horse thinks about. Good. Good. And then once you come around to the cross rail, Daniel. Okay, so yeah, you could just trot this cross rail. So the first time through, all you're trying to do is just let the horse know he's got to go. So just let him go, kick him. Kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him. Bigger, bigger. Once again. So let's see if we can, because he sort of went so slow, we didn't really see what kind of jump he's got. So it would be good if Daniel, if you could trot in and then try to think about cantering away from the jump. Good. So push him at it, push him at it. We want to see what he can do when he jumps. And canter, 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 canter. Good. So Mo hasn't shown that much yet. So, good. So we'll see what Eric's does. Good. So he's quite quick with his front legs. I mean, it'd be good for him to spend more time in the air as we get it up. Good. And the chestnut. And forward. Forward. Same with your horse. For us to figure out how good, he's got to go a lot more forward. Good. Kick him, kick him. That's better. Good. Canter, canter. Good. And then we're going to go the other direction after that. Good. Very good. Okay, that's okay. That part there doesn't worry me at all. So you can just walk him, Eric. Good. And try to canter now. Canter, canter. There you go. Good. Okay, so that was a better one. Okay, once the other way. Good. And trying to get him to canter away. So loop and forward, forward, forward. That's better. Good. Good. And nice and slow with your guys. Slow, slow, slow. Good. Because this one wants to be a little quick, so to me I'd be bringing this one in slow and these two trying to create a bit more jump, letting them go more forward. Forward, forward, forward. There we go. Good. Forward, more forward, more forward. Let him go. Go on, go on, go on. Good job. Kick him, kick him. Good job. So he showed some technique with, his front legs come up there and he's still very cautious. You come in quiet, quiet. Yep, good. So see if you can get one more trot step in there, Eric. Eric's horse left quite away from the jump, so it's a little hard to tell, but... And forward, forward. Good, very good. And again, that doesn't worry me too much because the horse is starting to learn. What I would be interested in is its reaction the next time. Good. And forward, and forward, 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 forward. You've got to get up him a lot more, Daniel. Make him go. Good. He's coming close and slow, slow, slow. That's it. Now out of stride. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we'll watch what the chestnut one does now. So he might be a little backed off, so I'd ride him on. Ride him on. Good, very good. So we're just now jumping another jump. It'll be a case of how trusting they are and whether they're going to be a forward-thinking horse Ride him, ride him, ride him, ride him, ride him, ride him, ride him. Good. Good. Kick on, kick on. That's it. Come again. So think about those last couple of strides really making him go forward. And with yours, Eric, it's really slow and quiet. Eric's horse is a little bit quick and flat in his jump, so that would be something I wouldn't be that keen on. Good. Like it's leg technique and it's very sharp and quick. I just think in the show jumping that's going to be a little bit risky. Good job. Well, that was a nice jump. Good. Now forward, forward. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Ooh. Good. You got it. Good boy, good boy. You got it, good boy. All right, Eric. Good. Good. Okay, and you can just walk him. One more time with the chestnut. Good. Very good. Good job. Good, Daniel. One more time with him, Daniel. And kick, kick. There we go. And that kind of stuff that Tracy's horse did, that wouldn't worry me at all. Because it's not fair to the horse. You know, we've been doing a lot with this horse and you know, obviously, okay, Daniel, let's try your vertical. Obviously, Eric's horse is a very, very forward, brave horse. That you know, what this horse did was in the mid-range, average range of what horses would do. So that part, I think, it would develop into a, you know, I think there's a good chance he'd still be a brave horse. Good. Ooh, okay. Let's get him a little bit more forward at your vertical. Daniel's horse, to me, is the most cautious out of them. And, you know, confidence is a big thing. Obviously, a couple of jump schools and that might change. But that would be something that I'd be considering when I'm considering the horse. Good. Okay, now our oxer. This one, yep. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to leave it down and I'll put the back rail up for you. Yeah, go towards the crowd. Good. Okay, and forward, forward. Forward. Yep, and again. A little bit more forward this time. He sort of comes in good and then in the last couple of strides he sort of loses his confidence and starts to look and back off the jump. So Daniel needs to be nice and quiet here and now forward, forward. Go on, go on. There we go, good. Okay, one more time. So just take your time and then as you're getting close to the jump, really urge him on. Good, take your time, take your time. Good. Good, good, and press him, press him, press him. Very good, very good. Give him a pat. Eric's horse, you know, is a really good, gritty, forward-thinking horse. If I had to be a little critical, it's just a little bit quick with his jump and a little bit tight. You know, obviously the looser, bigger jumping horses are what are more ideal. And Daniel's horse, I think, is struggling a little bit. It's not that confident yet, but it started to develop and get better as it went on. It'd be interesting to try it again another day. And this Tracy's horse, obviously, the running out doesn't worry me so much. It's obviously got a little bit of restriction there behind when we saw it in cantering, so I'd be trying to get that sorted out first, probably. So, okay.
Because these guys got on horses who've never jumped before and were cantering over these oxers and stuff, doesn't mean everybody has to be able to do that. But these are some good riders and they had some good help. But let's, without spooking the horses too much, give Kevin and Philip a huge hand for doing this. They volunteered their time.